Hey everybody, it's Strict9 with Strict9 GP, and welcome back to another episode of my Out of the Park Baseball 19 GM Challenge with the Reds. We're in the playoffs, and it's not looking good. We're in the lead division series, playing against the Padres, and we're already down 2-1, and it's really been, I think if you look at the first game in particular, the problem has really just been losing Molly for the playoffs, and he's ready to go now. He's off the DL, so if we could somehow come back and win this series, he would be ready to go for the league championship series. But right now, we're just going to have to try to get past these next couple games, and it's going to be tough. We got Weaver, it looks like, going today on the road in San Diego, and then Dallas Keuchel, who just flamed out that first game, and I'm going to look at that here before showing you the other playoff races. So this is the 2022 season. Twins and Yankees tied at a game apiece, and Toronto-Houston tied at a game apiece. And then the Phillies are up 2-1 over the Dodgers. So looks like Phillies, it might be a good year for them. And that's owing mainly, they've got some great players on that team. I showed you before just the kind of year that who was it? Rhys Hoskins, that he's having a great playoff series, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, but he had a great year. They have Bryce Harper, a couple guys, Valentine, and I think there was one other guy who really kind of not on my radar, but they came out of nowhere. Maybe it's Brujan, just to have no, I don't think it was him. It's somebody on this team that I would not have expected has turned into a pretty decent star. I think it maybe it's Valentine, who's coming off 2-3 very good seasons for the Phillies. But anyway, they're going to be a good team and tough team to beat, whoever wins this series between us. But let's go through a recap. The first game, it really was unfortunate because going into the playoffs, it was all about the pitching, losing Molly, and I was really hoping that Keuchel would step up, and he just had a terrible first game. 3 innings, 7 earned runs. Tyler Duffy, Bradley Green, they came in and held the Padres to no runs, and we were able to come back. We were within a run going into that last inning and just could not close it out. But pretty poor first game for us, and that really hurt. And then game 2, the offense kept going. We won 6-3. Had a pretty decent pitching performance from Castillo, mainly 9 Ks in 5 innings, and then the bullpen once again looked good. Even though he had Chad Green listed as a starter when the playoffs started, Girardi's moved him back into that closer role, looks like. And it's pretty good, like Ramirez, Senzel, who typically hasn't been hitting in the playoffs. He's had a pretty good playoff so far. But it really showed in game 3. And it 3-1, so it wasn't necessarily the pitching that was a problem, but he went with Santillan to start this game, and he only got through 4 innings, gave up 3 runs. Once again, the bullpen came through, but there was just no good options for that third pitching spot, and really, really missing Santillan right now. You can see the offense in the series overall. Let's see if it shows. So we got Estrada looking good, hitting 364. He has a home run. Senzel batting 308, so over 300. That's really uncharacteristic of him in the playoffs, but he's got a couple of home runs. Eric Ramirez, a home run, 4 RBIs, but he's batting really below 200 at 182. So he's had a rough playoff, but mainly Trevor Cab, 1 for 13. He's had a terrible playoff, and he's been mainly leading off. And unfortunately, I think the problem with him is he's coming straight into this playoff series after that long injury because didn't have a chance to, let me go back to the injury history. I think it was 5 weeks. 5 to 6 weeks. He didn't have a chance to rehab in the minors. So think that's probably the problem with him. He's just gone into the playoffs cold, and maybe he'll pick it up. If we can last through 5 games, maybe he'll get hot and get his rhythm back. But that's where we're at. We're going to go ahead and play game 4 today, and hope against hope that we squeak through this one and then give Keuchel a chance to redeem himself. So Shedrick Long listed as cold here, unfortunately, but he's batting second in this game against Miguel Diaz, who is records-wise one of San Diego's best pitchers. And it's really bad that we're losing so bad to San Diego because their pitching staff is not that great at all. This guy's a 2-star pitcher, 13 wins on the year, but nothing really all that special. And this seems like this could be a guy that we could win easy against. But looking at the rest of the lineup, we got Trammell third, Ramirez cleanup, Senzel, Escobar, who's also kind of struggled in the playoffs so far, and then Rutschman's got the catching duties behind Estrada, and Luke Weaver is going to be starting off. Got to hope we get a good performance from him today. So let's go ahead and get it started. We're going to be in San Diego. I don't think I've shown Petco Field, if that's what it's still called, in any of these playthroughs yet. So Trevor Cadd leading off against Diaz. This would be a good game for Cadd to get hot and find his rhythm. And he bloops it to right, and looks like that's going to be caught. Nothing doing for Cadd. I just don't know what's going on with him right now, unless he's just still suffering from injury. Shedrick Long looked like he was jammed. Another pop-up, short right. And 2 down really quick here for Trammell, who 2-2 count. And he swings and misses. So bad first inning, not a good way to start it out. Now Weaver against Cordoba, 2-2 count. And a grounder to Estrada. Estrada's defense is not that great. I would obviously rather see defensively. I'd rather see Andrelton Simmons in there, but he's just his offense has struggled. So the first hit of the game, a liner through the middle. That's going to be Urias on first now for Tatis, who's dangerous hitter, 1-0 count, and he hits that pretty hard to deep center field. And, man, Escobar is able to track it down right at the wall. And that brings up Dylan Cousins, who Cousins was former Phillies prospect, traded to San Diego in 2021, and he's found his calling, it looks like, in San Diego. Coming off a year, 42 home runs, 110 RBIs, scored 104 runs, 4.3 wins above replacement. So he might be going to have a good career now. Got a lot of power. And that's another base hit, a liner through the middle. Runner's going to hold at first and second. So Weaver already in trouble. Hernandez up. And a little dribbler to Weaver, who throws him out. But we're going to need some offense today, I have a feeling. And it's going to be Ramirez. They're playing that really heavy shift on him. It's a 1-2 count. And he lines that one to right. And they're going to hold him to a single. No, he's going for second. Wow, good aggressive base running there. Gets him into second with a leadoff double. Now Senzel up. Hope he can keep the hot hand going. Pretty decent hit. Moves the runner over for Escobar, who's really cold. He's hitting 250, though. 3 RBIs in the playoffs, but I'm hoping that he can crank that through. Great stop, but Urias is going to hold on to it. So an infield hit drives in the first run of the game. So we're up 1-0. And now Estrada, who's really been the hottest hitter in this playoffs for us, coming up. And he continues. A liner out to deep right. And he's going to go for second. And he's going to wind up on second with a double. So we got runners at second and third. Still just 1 out for Rutschman. So we need a deep fly ball here, if nothing else. It's full count. And he lines that one through, and that's going to be a base hit. And unfortunately, Estrada wasn't running on the pitch, so we only scored 1 run. But it's 2-0 now. Runners at the corner, 1 away for Weaver, who drops down a pretty good bunt, but runner staying at third. So we got second and third now, 2 away for Trevor Cadd, who is hitting .071. And he hits that one pretty hard to deep right and out of here. A 3-run home run from Trevor Cadd, opening the game up in the second inning. It's 5-0. 5-0 Reds, and they're keeping Diaz in there, looks like. But man, he's gotten hit hard here. And Shedrick Long, a pretty weak grounder to third to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the second, up 5-0. And Weaver pitching, a grounder to the pitcher, throws him out. So 1 away. Edward Olivares coming in. He's hitting .429 in this series. A 1-2 count gets him to swing and miss. That brings up Manny Margot. And a grounder to second, and he bobbles it. Shedrick Long really struggling in the playoffs here. So we got a runner on first due to error, and Eric Hosmer, who has not been starting in this series, is coming in to pitch hit. Runner on first, 2 away, and he gets a weak grounder. That might be an infield hit. It is. Nope, he steps on second to get him. He got the force at second. Didn't look like it. That may have been one of those things where the graphic didn't match the play-by-play, but Weaver able to escape another inning. We'll go to the top of the third. Jacob Nix is now the new pitcher for San Diego. Trammell leading off. Hopefully we can pile on some more runs here, because that's one thing. San Diego has a pretty decent offense. They can get started here if they need to. So 1 away, Trammell pops up to center. Now Eric Ramirez up. He's swinging on the first pitch. Jammed him, and that's going to fall in for a hit. So he's 2 for 2 today. Average up to 308 for the playoffs. Now Senzel, 1-0, and that's going to be a liner through the middle. And Ramirez still running. He's going for third, and he's going to be safe. So we got runners in the corner now. Still 1 out for Escobar. 2-2 count, and he strikes out looking. So now it's going to be up to Estrada. See if he can get on. I think he had an infield hit last time. And another liner past the second baseman. So Estrada's 2 for 2, drives in a run. It's 6-0 for Rutschman coming up now. 1-1 count. And it's going to be a ground out to short. They may have been playing the shift on him. So bottom of the third, we score another run. Cordoba leading off. He's their leadoff hitter. And he hits one pretty hard, but might be straight away kind of. They were playing him deep. And Escobar able to get it, so 1 away. Urias up now. He had a hit, I believe, his last time up. Yep. It's 2-2 count. And, excuse me, Weaver gets him to pop up to left. So we got 2 away now for Tatis. And grounder to second, Shedrick Long there to throw him out. So 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the fourth now. Still up 6-0. Weaver batting against Nix. And pops him up in the infield. And looks like Urias comes in to get that one. It's Trevor Cadd up now. He's 1 for 2, but he had that big home run last time up. And he gets another flare out to right, and that's going to be a hit. So he's 2 for 3 today. Maybe he's found his swing. And now Shedrick Long needs to find his. He's hitting 154 in these playoffs right now. And then you got Nix, who's pretty good hold. And I don't know if Girardi will send Cadd here. It's 1-1, and he sends him, and that's going to be out. So count now 1-2. Nobody on base. And Long, little dribbler to the mound, and that'll be it for the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth now. Cousins leading off. And it's a little pop up to second. Short, sorry. And Estrada gets it for the out. Now Hernandez up, 0-1 count. And another pop up. That one's going to be in foul ground, looks like. And Senzel able to get to it, 2 away. Now Coke up. 1-2 count, and that's going to be a fly ball to center. Escobar gets there. So through 4, Weaver looking pretty good. Just 2 hits, no runs. And we got Nick still in there against Trammell. And Trammell strikes out. He's having a pretty rough game of it today. Now we got Ramirez. He's 2 for 2 in the game. And he drives one straight away right field. Pretty hard hit, but right at the right fielder, Olivares. So Senzel up. He is 1 for 2 today. 0-2 count. He hits him. And they have to take Senzel out of the game. Man, that drives me crazy. If you've been watching these series, this happened last year against Chicago, I believe, in the playoffs, and he's going to be bruised wrist minimal for a week. But we had guys that they kept hitting their guys and getting them injured. And I know it happens in the game, but man, that's just really really annoying. But Escobar, a pretty big hit, a double. And the lead runner there, Hunter Green, wasn't able to score on it. But we got second, third now, 2 away for Estrada. Be nice if he could get on base here. And he does. Another hit for Estrada. That's going to score Green. And Escobar comes around to score. Estrada winds up on second. So we're up 8-0 now. Estrada hitting .500 for the series. 1 home run, 5 RBIs. And now Rutschman up. Struggling a little bit. We got a new pitcher up. And he strikes him out. So 8-0 as we go into the bottom of the 5th. Olivares leading off against Weaver. It's 2-1 count. That's a grounder to third. And Hunter Green there to throw him out. And now we got Manny Margot up. 1-0 count. And that's going to be, looks like a base hit. A liner into right. So we got 1 away. They're playing the corners in here, looks like. And Tyler Kinley up as a pinch hitter. No, he is the pitcher, so they're not batting for the pitcher here. And little bunt, and that's going to be a good bunt. And Green barely got there in time to throw him out at first. So we got 2 away. Runner on second for Cordoba. And he grounds it to Long, and Long throws him out. So still through 5, Weaver still holding on to a shutout here. We got Weaver leading off in the top of the 6th, against Kinley. 1-2 count. He swings and misses. And now Andrelton Simmons in, pinch hitting for, I wouldn't think they would have taken Cat out this early. A little weak grounder to short, but shortstop bobbles it, and it's going to be an error, and Simmons is going to be on now for Long. We got 1 away, and Long hits that one really deep, and that's going to be extra bases, at least a double, and it's going to score another run. So we're up 9-0 now. I said the offense needed to get going, and they have definitely got going today. And now we got Trammell up against Kinley, 1-2 count, and he struck him out looking. Trammell's struggling still in this series. Now we got Ramirez, and Ramirez swings and misses. So bottom of the 6th now. Weaver up to just 58 pitches, so amazing. His stamina is not that great, but unless he gets into trouble here, I would hope he could go another inning. And Urias leads off with a grounder, but playing him deep, and Estrada able to throw him out. It looks like Cam Gibson is going to be in now for Cad and right. Now we got Tatis up, and he grounds that one to Shedrick Long at second. He throws him out. 2 away now for Cousins, who home run threat here for sure, and he hits that one pretty hard, but it's not too deep, and Escobar there for the out. So top of the 7th now, still 9-0. Hunter Green up, and he strikes him out. And Escobar coming up. Escobar 2 for 3 in this game with an RBI, having a pretty good game. 2-1 count. And that's going to be a pop-up to short left for out number 2. And now Estrada 3 for 3s, 3 RBIs in this game. Full count on him. And he gets another hit through the middle. He is 4 for 4 in this game, hitting well over 500 for the series. Unbelievable. Now we got Rutschman, who's struggling. He's 1 for 3 today. I didn't think he had a hit. See if he can get another thing going for us. Estrada running, still second. Wow. That's kind of a gutsy move. Kinley's hold run, though, is not that great. So we got runner in scoring position and a wild pitch. Nope, he struck him out. And had to throw him out at first. So 9-0 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. And Weaver's still in there. He's just up at the 69 pitches. It would be great if he could get through another inning. Full count. Strada's going to catch that one pretty deep. So 1 away. Coke up now. It's 0-2 count. And he strikes him out looking. What was the speed on that one? 90 miles per hour? No, 73. So that must have been a curveball or something. So now we got Escobar up, pinch hitting. It's a 1-1 count. And he lines that one to left. That's going to be a base hit. And he's going for 2. And he's going to slide in and get there. Trammell playing him deep. And late throw into second. So now Manny Margot up. Weaver's still in the game. It's a 1-0 count. And Green able to throw him out at first to end the inning. So we're up 9-0 going to the top of the 8th. And Luke Weaver's still in there against Kinley. And he's going to ground to short and pretty close, but he's out at first, 1 away. Now Cam Gibson up. He's hitless in the playoffs so far. Hasn't seen a lot of time. And he's going to draw a walk to lead it off. And now we got Shedrick Long up, 3-1 count. Another walk. This is from Triggs, who's a new pitcher. So now we got Trammell up. Trammell pretty cold so far. He's 0 for 4 in this game. It's full count. And that's going to be a liner to short, and he's going to catch it. So now we got Ramirez. Last hope for this inning. It's 2 away. 1-2 count, and he gets him looking. So still 9-0 as we go into the bottom of the 8th. Weaver's still in there, but he's up to 84 pitches. Any trouble here, I would think Girardi will take him out. First batter, a grounder to the pitcher. He throws him out. That was Triggs. And now Cordoba up. Top of the order. What was that, a liner to Estrada for the out? So 2 away. Now Urias up. First pitch, he's swinging. Grounder to Shedrick Long, throws him out. So we're 3 outs away from evening the series up and going back home. It's Hunter Green now leading off against Triggs. 1-2 count. Pretty weak pop up there. Looks like second baseman's going to catch it. So 1 away. Escobar up. Swinging on the first pitch. And that's going to be a pretty deep fly ball. And looks like Margot's able to get back there and get it. Now Estrada, can he get 5 hits? He's 4 for 4 today. He's swinging first pitch, and he's got another hit. 5 for 5 in this game. Unbelievable. And he ties the National League playoff game record for hits with 5. So he has definitely had the series for us. He would be the MVP at this point if this keeps up. It's 2-2 to Rutschman. Another liner deep to left. And Estrada going home. And he's in there. 10-0 now. Rutschman, a double with two outs. And Luke Weaver is staying in the game. 2-2 count. And he's going to swing and miss to end the inning. Wow, 10-0, 15 hits, amazing offensive performance. So Weaver up to 94 pitches. He's got to be on a short leash at this point. Tatis up 3-1. That's going to be a base hit, a liner. Gets through past the second baseman. And now he does take him out. He's going to bring in Alcantara to face Hedges. It's 1-0 count. And that's going to be a liner to center. Escobar's after it and makes the catch. So 1 away for Hernandez. It's a 1-2 count. A grounder to Long to second. But they're unable to turn the double play. Hernandez just beats it. So now Grant Koch up a 1-2 count, and he strikes him out to end the game. So big comeback win for us, 10-0. We tied the series up. It's 2-2 now, 2 games apiece. Trevor Cadd had a good game, 2 for 3. That big 3-run home run that blew it open there in the second inning. Ramirez, pretty good game, 2 for 5. Escobar, Estrada, though, no doubt should be the player of the game in this one. Although Weaver, 8 innings, no runs, no walks. Estrada wound up with the player of the game, but it could have gone to Weaver as well. And I've noticed that when it comes to those players of the game, if a pitcher has that kind of performance, it's almost always the pitcher who gets the player of the game. So we had 2 unlocks here. A silver, looks like, 5 for 5, and a 10 runs scored in a shutout. So that was a bronze and a silver. So that's cool to have those. Looking at the news, Estrada in the news there, and Philadelphia, they won 4-1 to take the Dodgers. So now it's going to be, it's going to come down to this last game for us in terms of who's going to go up against the Phillies. So Yankees advance, Houston advances in the American League, so that's going to be a good series. Houston, the Yankees. So now it comes down to this last game for us, and I'm going to go ahead and play it out, and let's see if we can do this. It's we're going to have some guys here hurting. Senzel, he's a minimal injury, and looks like that's only going to influence his hitting a little bit. But we got Cadd, Senzel, Trammell, Ramirez, Long moving down to 5th. Estrada moves up, it looks like, in the order to 6th. Rutschman, Escobar, and then Keuchel going to be pitching. Hopefully he will redeem himself today against Adrian Morejon, who has, honestly, he won, I think, that first game. Let me double check. Yeah, he won the first game. He went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. I'm hoping that we're able to get to him today. He is a lefty. I don't know how well our lineup stacks up against lefties is the only problem. But hopefully Cadd and some of these other guys can have another good game, Estrada. So let's get it going. The good thing is we're back in Cincinnati. And Keuchel's going to be pitching to Cordova to lead it off. A little bunt. And Keuchel there early to throw him out. So 1 away for Arias, 0-2 count. And a liner to right, that might be extra innings. And he's going to wind up at second with a double. So we've got 1 out. And already a runner in scoring position in the first inning. And Tatis up, dangerous hitter. And he lines that one pretty hard to center. And Escobar diving and makes the catch. 2 away. Runner moves up to 3rd, and we got Cousins up. Full count. Grounder to short. Estrada throws and gets him. Close inning. But we get through it, no runs, and now Trevor Cadd leading off against Morejon. And pop up right away. So 1 down. Not sure why we can't hit lefties, but man, this guy, he was pretty tough against us that first game. I think we only got 5 hits against him, or 4 hits. So now we got Senzel up, 2-2 count, and he lines that one to the gap, so that's going to be a single. And now Trammell up. Trammell, I'm not sure how well he does against lefties. But he hits it very deep. That could hit the alley, and it does. And that's going to drive in at least 1 run. Trammell going for 3rd, and he's in there safe. That hit the wall. So it's 1-0. Great hitting there from Trammell. Didn't know if that was going to happen. And so now we got Ramirez up. Let's hope he drives him in. 1-1 count. And grounder to first. Trammell doesn't go on that one. So runner on 3rd for Shedrick Long. 2-2 count. And he strikes him out, man. Shedrick Long is really cold right now. Hitting just 188 for the series. So we do get a run. We're up 1-0 in the second inning. That's going to be a base hit to lead it off. Let's think about Keuchel. I think I'm expecting quite a bit of base hits here today. 3-1. That's going to be a deep fly ball to center. Escobar running back, and he can't get to it. And that's going to not tie it up. Man. But lead off hit, we got a double, and now we got second, third with no out. 0-2 count, and that's going to be a hard grounder to short to drive the run in. So we got one down, runner on second, but tie game. And a strikeout of Margot, and we got the pitcher up now, Morjon. Oh my gosh, base hit, and that's gonna give San Diego the lead. So, unfortunately, I don't control this game, but I would take Keuchel out at this point. I mean, 2 runs. He's given up 9 runs now in 4 2/3 innings. He comes back and strikes out the Cordoba, but dang it, a 2-out single to the pitcher to give them the lead. Now Strada leading off in the bottom of the second, another base hit for him. I don't know how many hits that is in a row, but at least 6. So we got Rutschman up with Estrada on first, 2-2 count, and a pop-up in foul territory. That's going to be an easy out. And so now Escobar, who moved down to 9th or 8th, he hits very poorly against lefties. It's a 2-1 count. Swing and the throw down to first, trying to get Estrada off, but it doesn't work. 2-2 count, and he strikes him out looking. We are losing literally to a pitcher here who's 2.5 stars. Didn't even get to 10 wins this year, and now 1-2 against Keuchel, and he swings and misses. So if you can sense the frustration in my voice, it's evident, I'm sure. So now we got Urias coming up, 3-2 count, and he walks him. So Tatis up now, and the grounder to Senzel. They get 1, can't turn it. So 1 down with Tatis on first. Hard hit ball, that's going to be a base hit. The 5th hit of the game now in the 3rd inning. So runners at first and second, just 1 out. And a grounder to Estrada to second. On to first. They finally turned the double play. We're going to need that, though, with the way Keuchel's pitching. He's just giving up hits left and right. So we're back to the top of the order. Trevor Cad, 2-1 count. And he lines that one to right. Please fall down, and it does. And so another hit for him. Guys average up to 222, and now Senzel up. A home run would be nice. And he hammers that to the corner and left. I don't know if Cad's going to go around on that one. They get it back to the infield really quick. Senzel, though, on second with a double. So Trammell up with no down, no outs. Runners at second, third, and a base hit. That's going to drive in at least 1, and man, ties it up. But I'm not sure why Senzel didn't run on that one. He doesn't have that great of a speed, so maybe that was the thing. But now we got Ramirez up. Runners on the corner, no out. 1-1 count, and trying to catch these guys off first for some reason. It's 2-1. And that's going to be an easy out at first, but Trammell able to move up to second. Runner stays at third. Shedrick Long, man, this is your time. You've got to get something going, and it's not going to happen. He grounds it to short, but the shortstop holds on with it. And, wow, Long gets an infield hit. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe some indecision, but that gives us a lead with the dangerous Estrada up. And pop up to short right. I'm thinking the runner's going to stay. No, he's going. And he's going to be in there. Whew. Trammell with the speed, able to tag up and score from third. So we're up 4-2 now. They're keeping Morjon in here. Rutschman is up to bat again. Oh, and he picks him off at first. So that's all we can get, but at least we take the lead. Koch going to lead it off for San Diego. and he looks at strike 3 on a full count. Keuchel, that was his third strikeout of the game. Pretty decent hit there from Olivares, but Cad's going to get to it for the out. Now we got Manny Margot up, full count, and he walks in. I think that's his second, at least his second walk of the game. It is, and he is throwing a lot of pitches. He's up to 62 pitches already. 2-2 count, and he strikes out. I'm not sure who that was, but he's making it dangerous, but 4 innings, we're still up 4-2, and now new pitcher Shreve. Rutschman going to be leading off, 2-2 count, and he strikes him out. I would say for San Diego, they need to keep those lefties coming because we are struggling against left-handed pitchers right now. And Escobar is going to fly out to left for a 2 down quick, and now Keuchel up, a 2-2 count, and he swings and misses. So a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Keuchel's still in there against Cordoba. 2-0 count. He dribbles it to the pitcher. Keuchel throws him out. So Keuchel up to 70 pitches now. His stamina is okay, 19. So as long as he's not wasting too many pitches, Urias grounds it to long to throw him out. So 2 away. Now we got Tatis up, a dangerous hitter. But a pretty weak grounder to Estrada. He throws him out. So 1-2-3 inning. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, still up 4-2. And Trevor Cad leads off. And that's going to be a liner for a base hit up the middle. I think that's his second hit of the game. 2 for 3. Is that right? Yep. And his average is up to 263 now for the series. But how about Senzel hitting 412 in this series? And this is a guy who's typically struggled. And on a 3-2 count, the runner going, he grounds out to second. But we got a runner in scoring position now for Trammell. Trammell 2 for 2 today. A 1-2 count though. And he's going to strike him out. And now Ramirez, last hope, 2 away. And he hits that one hard. And that may be out of here. And it is. 2-run home run opposite field for Ramirez, Eric Ramirez. Wow, this guy. He is a playoff monster. So we're up 6-2. Gosh, I hope we can keep this going. Shedrick Long up now. And it looks like Shreve is starting to struggle. He has 2 runs today. He's given up 4 and 3 1/3 against us. So Shedrick Long up, a 2-1 count. And that's going to be a pop-up. His misery continues. So we managed to get 2 more runs. We go to the top of the 6th. Cousins leading off. Keuchel's still in there. And he gets him to swing and miss. So 1 down. Hernandez up. Hernandez hitting 200 in the series, but he's got some power as well. 3-2 count. Grounder to Estrada. And he throws him out at first. And now Grant Koch up, the catcher. A 1-0 count. And that's a grounder to Keuchel. He throws him out. So 1-2-3. After a shaky start at second inning, Keuchel puts together 4 scoreless innings. So good to see that. But now we got a new pitcher, Triggs, who has looked pretty decent against us in the playoffs. Just 1 run in 3 2/3. Estrada up. He's hitting .588 in the playoffs with 6 RBIs. 2-2 count on him though. And a dribbler. Is that going to be another base hit? And it is. They couldn't get to it in time. So an infield hit for Estrada, and he is now 2 for 2, 7 for his last 7 at least. And we got Rutschman, who's a little bit better hitter against righties, up 2-1. Another little dribbler. That's going to be a tough out too. And they're playing the infield deep. They couldn't get to it. So no out, runners on first and second. Escobar up. Escobar is a much better hitter against righties. And a pop-up in foul territory. And third baseman's going to be there to catch it. Man, we needed something better than that. Now Cam Gibson in to bat for Keuchel. No 1-2 count on him though. And he strikes out looking. Gibson really struggling. after having a couple 2-3 seasons that were really productive and winning the Rookie of the Year. He's I don't know if he's going to be much of a factor for this team going forward. Trevor Cadd, that's going to be a pop-up. They're going to chase it down, though, and nothing going. Wasted opportunity there. So we don't score with guys on first and second with no out. So we got Peralta coming in, facing Olivares in the top of the 7th. Girardi likes going Peralta, and he scares me. And that's going to be right away, pretty close. Cadd able to come in and make that catch on a liner to right. Margot up, 2-2 count, and a grounder to second, and Shedrick Long throws him out. And now we got Hosmer coming in, pinch hitting. Really crazy to see this. This guy's signed through 2025. Is that right? He's got a player opt-out after this year. He may take it. He might actually take it. But looks like he lost his starting job at first this year after some pretty so-so years there. He started out his career at San Diego in this playthrough with a good season, but then just kind of fell apart. So now we got 2 away. 1-2 count on him, and he swings and misses. So we're going to the 7th inning stretch, up 6-2, and Michael Baez now in. Don't know if we've seen him in this playoffs, have we? Yeah, we have. 2 innings. He's given up a couple runs. So Senzel leads it off. He's 2 for 3 today, full count, and he strikes him out looking. So now we got Trammell up. He's 2 for 3 today. Another full count. Strikes him out. And it was a new pitcher brought in, lefty Eric Lauer, who has been really money for them against us in this playoffs. 4 1/3, 5 strikeouts, no runs. Full count on Ramirez. And he lines that one up the middle, past the shift. So he's on. And that's going to bring up Shedrick Long, and they bring in Miguel Diaz, who has not looked too good against us this playoffs. 5 runs in 2 innings. Shedrick Long, he's 1 for 3 today, but he's been cold throughout the series, and it's a 1-2 count. And he hits that one pretty hard, though, and they're not going to get it. Deep to center, 419 feet. Home run, 2-run home run. That gives us an 8-2 lead. Finally, Shedrick Long with a big hit in this game. That brings his average up, honestly, to 263, so not too bad. If you look, typically we don't hit like this in the playoffs when I'm playing these games out, so really good overall performance, all top to bottom. Nobody hitting below 250 right now in the lineup. And we got Estrada up. He's 2 for 2 today. 2 away, another hit. I'm amazed what this guy's doing this playoffs. He is 3 for 3 today after being 5 for 5 yesterday. And that was our 14th hit. Diaz still in there against Rutschman. And Rutschman pops it up, and second baseman comes in there to make it. But going to the top of the 8th, up 8-2. Peralta's still in there. 0-1 count. Grounder to Estrada, and he throws him out. And now we got Urias coming up. Peralta's still in there. And that's going to be a base hit to deep right, and that's going to be at least a double. It might be time to take Peralta out. And he's going to have to come out. He's in pain. Dang it. Another injury. So Alcantara coming in to face Tatis. 1-1 count, runner on second. And a grounder to third. Senzel over there to throw him out. And good thing kept the runner at second. Now Dylan Cousins up. 3-1 count and a pop-up. And Estrada there to catch it. So dodging another little bullet there. We're up still 8-2 going into the bottom of the 8th. Diaz still in there. He's given up 6 runs in 2 1/3. Escobar leading off. 2-1 count, little grounder to second, and that retires Escobar, but he was running pretty hard. Now Justin Bellinger coming in to pinch hit, full count, and he gets a base hit into the corner. That's going to be, oh man, he's going for second. I think he's going to be in there. So a double for Bellinger. I think that's his first, no, his second appearance in this series. So that brings up Cad. He's 2 for 4 today, full count. And that's going to be a fly ball to left. Cousins under it makes the catch. And so Nick Senzel, who's been 2 for 4 today, 2-2 count, and he swings and misses. So 8-2 as we go into the top of the ninth. So the comeback, can we do it? We got Chad Green in there, the closer, to face Duggar, who I don't know if we've seen Duggar in this playoffs. Yeah, he's 1 for 3 in the playoffs so far. So Chad Green up 0-2 on him. And he gets him to swing and miss. 1 out. 2 outs away now. Grant Koch up 0-1 count. And he hits him. So runner on first, 1 down. Oliveira's up. It's a 1-2 count. Gets him strikes him out looking. And Green, 3 2/3, just 1 earned run, 5 Ks. So 0-2 on Margot. He swings and misses. So wow, great 2 games here offensively. 8-2, 15 hits, and we're able to overcome that 2-1 deficit and make it back into the league championship series. This was iffy for a while for me. I was really starting to worry about the way Keuchel started out this game, but he really had a good game, the kind of game that we needed him to have. 6 innings, just 2 earned runs, 5 Ks. Then the bullpen came throughout the whole series, but offensively, multiple hits from several guys in this lineup. Estrada, again, perfect in the game. 632, 1 home run, 6 RBIs on the series. Player of the game was Keuchel. I feel like Estrada should be the player of the series. Let me see, MVP of the series. It goes to Estrada. Just an amazing performance in the playoffs here. And looking at his career in the postseason, he hit 346 last year in the postseason. He's hitting 632 so far this year. Great performance from him. So glad that I picked him up. So now getting through San Diego just means that we got Philadelphia next. Good thing though, we're still going to be at home for this series, but we got some injuries going on. Peralta's going to be down for a while, just 4 days, and now we've also for that playoff roster, we got Molly available. Who am I going to send down with Molly available? I think I want to keep Santillan up there. I think he's got pretty good stuff. He's good to pull out of the bullpen. Jake McGee, we didn't even really see him too much in this series, but he is a lefty. If I needed a lefty, I guess since Peralta's hurt, man, what do I do? I think it's going to be a wash if I leave Santillan up there or not. Looking at him in the playoffs this year, he's only pitched that 1 game. Whew. Not too bad though. I'm really thinking McGee is the guy I need to send down. And put Molly in there, and that's. Is there anybody else that we need to call up here? I don't think so. I think that'll do it. Albert Amora, just Mangum didn't really get any time, and Gibson came in to pitch hit a couple times. It wasn't all that great, but I still think that's how I'm going to go. I like Amora's defense and speed's okay. He's a great player, but for some reason, just hasn't really come through too much. Let me see. All right. I'm going to see. He was cold down the stretch. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Almora back in, and so that's how we'll play the championship series. So it was a nail biter, but we got through. So now we're going to be looking at the Phillies next. This is a tough team, especially offensively, with Harper, Rhys Hoskins. It's going to be a tough series, but hopefully Molly back will help us out, and maybe that'll be enough to get us back. Well, get us to the World Series this year. But as always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time when we're going up against the Phillies.